make decision, make tough decision, have the problem solving skills or not. And the last one is accountability. Accountability is the autonomy, authorization. For example, if you are a brand manager for cola, cola, Coke, yes, you should be able to decide what kind of advertisement that will go to the people, right? That should be advertised. What kind of logo, what color should the artwork be? That's the autonomy of or accountability of the job. If your accountability is big, this number will be big. So everything will be put together to be a job size using the Hay method. Okay. After we put all of the scorings already, it will define your job grade in the position in the organization. This is just for example. Don't use it as standard. So this company, they have so many job grades, yeah, and each job grade will have minimum, midpoint, and maximum of the Hay point. The scoring that we just gave, okay, and they will group the grades into two levels. This one is associate level, manager level, director level, vice president level, and then no grade at all, like executive levels. So their salaries are not are beyond this grade already. And this kind of score will be translated into salaries using this method, pay at percentile, what and what, the decision of pay for management, together with the many things, cost of living. In some company, they have this kind of table, like two tables. One table is for Bangkok. Another table is for upcountry. Or some companies, they separate by the nature of work. This table is for people with only salary, no incentive, no commission. Another table is for people with salary and incentive and commission. So the salary will be varied, okay? So when we complete, it will translate to salary structure, okay? So we are done with the guaranteed cash, which is salary already. Right now, we are going to variable payments. Why do you need the variable payments? Why do you think it's necessary for the company? Incentive, commission, the bonus.
So we can reward KPIs?
Yes, so we can reward KPIs. And we can drive the company's goal as well. Okay. The incentive, as I mentioned, incentive is something that we design to reward some kind of KPIs, reward results that the employees accomplish, besides the fixed base salary. Okay. It can be monetary and non-monetary. Some companies, they give extra vacation if you achieve certain volume. Some companies, they give you movie tickets to go with your family. Yes, it can be anything. But it can be divided into two main things, short-term incentive and long-term incentive. The short-term incentive is paid quarterly basis, monthly basis, or annual basis. The most popular one is bonus. It's paid, usually it's paid yearly basis on annual basis. The incentive and commission is usually paid on monthly basis. profit sharing, retention bonus, support awards. If you achieve volume today, tomorrow you will get awards and something like that. What do you think is the objective of short-term incentive in details? Why do the companies want to pay like some kind of variable incentive every month? Because they want to drive volume. They want to drive volume of the products. They want the employees to achieve certain things every month and every week and keep doing it. Okay. And the long-term incentive, as some of you answered already, is long service awards, performance share. Another popular option is the stock options. Stock options when you can buy your company's stock or share. Any of your companies have it? I think P&G has it. Yeah, all the big companies have it already. Because when you resign or when you retire, you will get the profit from the stocks if the share goes up, of course, right? Increasing vacation. Yeah, many of the companies, if you complete 10 years or 15 years, you will get like 5 more vacations and stuff like that. And provident fund, as we know that. If you reach a certain period, you get provident fund. So the short-term incentive and long-term incentive serve on different purposes. Okay, this one is for monthly or quarterly volume or result. This one is to retain employee to stay with the company as long as possible. So when you mix everything together, base salary, incentive, bonus, and everything, it will be called compensation mix or pay mix. You see these two pay mix of two positions. The first positions gets monthly base salary for 80%, while the short-term incentive 10% and the long-term incentive 10%. The second position gets monthly base salary only 30% of the total income in each month. Short-term incentive 60%, long-term incentive 10%. Do you think, for example, it can be anything? What kind of position is the first one?
Accountant.
What else? Did you answer something? Engineer, that's true. What else? Accounting engineer. Administration, secretary or anything. Because they don't need the short-term incentive that much. They might get annual bonus once a year and they're happy with it. There's no certain KPIs or results that the company wants them to achieve each year. And this one, what kind of position? Salesperson, of course. Yeah, salesperson. They might live on the salesperson. This is a reality. Usually the salesperson will get base salary only 15,000 baht. And the incentive is 20 to 25,000 baht every month. So it drives them to go out and sell more every month, because without incentive and that they are do the housing loan and everything, you think they are able to survive? No, with 15,000 baht a month, no, especially in Bangkok. So the purpose of long-term incentive and short-term incentive are different. This is the research, the current research from Mercer. It's pretty blur, but yeah. The executive level, you see, they will have the base salary only certain percent, only 60%, or of their total income, which is much more than other levels, more than the junior levels. Why? Executive levels like directors, the executive level that don't need to sell. So why?
They will have huge bonuses if they meet their KPIs at executive level.
Yes, that's correct. Because the executive levels, they need to make decision, need to make a lot of commercial decision that will impact the whole company. So if they close big deals, if they get the company to achieve more, they should get more as well, just like the salesperson. And what other things that you get is the benefit or perks. For example, the management level, they always have more vacations than us, right? Why? Again, I'm curious. Why vacations? Do you think they need it? They use it. The executive levels, vacations.
Maybe they're older?
They're older. Yeah. One answer, they are older. It's something that called management decisions perquisite. So the executive levels will need to make tough decisions, as I told you. So it's reasonable to give them a bit extra of the time off of the company. Some companies, they even give the executive levels they call it R&R, rest and recreation, which you can go anywhere in the world and company fund all your trips. Or if you are the expats, you might get the home leave, which company pays for the tickets and everything. Because easily speaking, their job is very difficult and they need to make decision. It's called management decision perquisite. It's very common. So just to test your knowledge a bit, the compensation mix also is related. It's also related to the growth of the company.
What is that?
The growth of the company. So the company that is aggressively growing, like, what should you say? Chatramu. It was infamous and then it became like hype, or like milk tea, koite, or the tiger tea where people like stand in the line. So the compensation mix will usually look like this. But it's not always, but usually. The management, the executive will get long-term incentive. Because when they succeeded, these people will get approached by other companies a lot. Right? The management of Chatramu will be approached by, Koite or milk, the monkey milkshake, and stuff like that. So if you don't pay this long-term incentive, it's likely that they tend to change the job and the company will collapse, right? The long-term incentive usually come in stock options or profit sharing. While the moderately growing company, they want to keep pace of the growth every month. They want to keep pace of the volume of the products. They want to keep pace of the sales. So they give a lot of short-term incentive. And the declining company, the company that is dying, they don't want to risk on the OPEX. They don't want to risk on the variable pay. They have to save, easily speaking. They have to save the OPEX. So it's likely that they will pay the monthly base salary the most, and the incentive will be like in the least portion. So any questions about this page? No. Okay, great. The next one is the most important one, to create a pay for performance culture. You know, when I used to join a company where they give everyone pay rise in the same percentage. For example, that year, if they achieve certain amount of volume and they get certain amount of profit, they'll just divide the profit by number of people and then give everyone the same percentage, for example, 5%, 5%. And that is the old way that a lot of companies did that. But you think, what is the cons, what is the disadvantage of doing that? Give everyone the same merit increase? Some people say it's fair. The whole company achieved the volume. So everyone should be part of it, should get the same. But what is the disadvantage?
It doesn't encourage good employee to achieve more because you're going to get the same.
That's correct. The first side is that it doesn't encourage good employees to achieve more. Why do I try more when I get the same as my friends? And it is sending the wrong message to the moderate or bad performing persons, right? That okay, I'm doing this and I get as much as the good ones do, so I will keep doing this. And if everybody in your organization thinks like that, it will create the Deadwood society, the Deadwood culture. You wouldn't want that in your company. You wouldn't want to pay for that. So many companies have created the bell curve, or the system to create a pay for performance culture. Everyone can be good, everyone can perform, but not everyone can be the best, right? So if you participate in a running race, there will be only one that wins, right? The performance review will play important role. So in your previous class, have you learned about performance management and stuff? Did you? You don't remember anything anymore? It's the last class before long holiday. So the performance review is the rating. Easily talking. In the beginning of the year, you set KPIs with your line managers, right? Yeah, this year you are going to do this, you are going to do that. And in the end of the year, you will be graded, you'll be rated by your line managers and yourself as well. So what does it impact? It will impact your merit increase or your pay rise. Merit increase is another word for pay rise or pay raise. The objective is to recognize skills. If you work in a position, you shouldn't be working for that position forever, right? Your job responsibilities, your role should expand every year. You should give new challenge to yourself every year. So the merit increase is to answer and to recognize the increase levels of you and to compensate the employee for taking more jobs, yeah. And also to acknowledge the high performer and to send the correct message to the bad ones, okay. And the market rate, inflation rate is getting higher and higher every year. The cost of living is getting higher and higher every year as well. So every company needs to give the pay rise or the merit increase to the employees. When I graduated, one dish of rice with basil probably cost like 30 baht, 25 to 30 baht. Right now it's 50 baht. So if the company doesn't give pay rise, how would the employees survive? So that's the nature of the merit increase, but it's not the only purpose. The merit increase or the pay rise should also acknowledge the high performance. That's why you shouldn't be giving the same exactly amount or the same percentage to all the employees. So, what is a factor to get the percent of salary increase? Anybody get last year? Anybody get less than 2% for the company? Oh, okay, it's a bad question. Yeah. There are factors why the company give X percentage to the employees. First one, of course, is the inflation rate, which is not really bad this year, but it was bad in the past years. Company affordability and growth rate, the profit that the company was making last year and the year to come. External market movement. If you don't give pay raise, but your competitors give pay raise, of course your employees will resign and go to those companies, right? Current pay of the employees. Your current pay, as I mentioned earlier, where are you in the job grade? Okay? And of course, the performance of yourself. So everything will be mixed together and come into percentage of the salary increase. This is the real data of the salary increase for FMCG industry. So in the past years, it ranges from like 4 to 6, around 4 to 6%, and in the middle is like 5%. And it's the company's decision as well to give to be the pay leader or to be the pay follower. If the average market rate is 5% in your industry, the company can be safe, can go 5. Or the company can be a follower, we don't need 5, we start with 4. Or the company can be challenging, give every employee starting at 6. Again, it depends on the company's policy and decision. Okay, let's think. There's 2 employees. The first one, Mr. A, worked for 1 year. Salary is 15,000. He didn't achieve 100% of the target. He needs to visit customers every day and he did like only 80%. While another one, Mr. B, the salesperson, worked exactly the same year of service. The salary is a bit lower, probably because of he doesn't change job much and stuff. Probably he has stayed with the company for like many years, so the salary is not that high. But he overachieved the target. The performance is flawless. It's very good. You think these 2 persons should get the same? No. Yes, that's correct. This is one of the example of the grade that or we call the matrix that the HR is doing. Okay. So this is the pay grade, pay range. We call it pay range of the salesperson. The minimum pay is 8,000. The median is 12. Maximum is 16 in this company. Okay. Mr. A is at 15,000. So his current pay is right here. Mr. B, he gets 12,000. So his current pay is right here, a bit lower than Mr. A. And then the current salary is where Mr. A and B are here. And this is the rating. Okay. Mr. A didn't achieve much. Mr. B is a well performer. So you see the difference of the matrix. So Mr. A is at 80% of the grade. Here, 80%, and the performance is at poor. So he'll get 4% of the increase. While Mr. B, the pay range is at 50%. Here, 12,000. And his performance is excellent. So he'll get 7% of the increase. So does that make sense? Yes. This kind of methods, this kind of grid will help reduce the gap of the salary in the same position. So all of the HR dream is that everyone will get the same pay in the end, So all of the HR's dream is that I will wake up one day and nobody will come to me and say that I get less paid than that person, So reducing the gap of the salary is one of the key targets of HR or the organization. But it has to be reduced based on the performance and the current salary. Okay, so any questions about the merit increase or pay matrix? So next time, if you think that you are treated unfairly in your organization, you just go approach your HR and ask that any kind of methods that you are giving me, like 2% or 3%, is my salary too high? If my salary too high, why don't you just promote me? Yeah, okay. The next one will be how to retain high-performing employees. You think the financial compensation, the pay rise, the bonus, the incentive will be enough? Of course, no. The research says that the main reasons that the talents are leaving the companies is what? The unclear direction of the line managers, incapability of the line managers. The line managers don't have time to me. They never guide me. My colleagues are so stupid. I can't work in this stupid organization. Alright? My pay are less. I work too hard. I get paid too low. So there are lots and lots of factors that the talents leave the company. But believe it or not, the biggest one does not come from compensation. It comes from the direction, the ways of working of the organization. So, if you see, this happens a lot in Thailand. The unclear direction and the unclear opportunity to grow. I have been working in this position for more than 2 years. and my manager has never told me yet what will be next. So will I be in this position forever? In how many years? In 2 or 3 years? Yeah. So if I explore new opportunity outside, at least the new company can tell me what next position will I be, right? That's why the unclear direction and unclear opportunity to growth is sadly, the biggest factor that the talents leave. What could be done? For sure, to be competitive, HR needs to review the CNB policy always. If any employees performing outstanding, they shine. Like one person shines out of many others. They achieve target 2 or 3 years in a row, never fail. Should we just give them the normal merit increase every year in the same round with other people? Will that be enough? No, because good people here will be good people outside as well. In FMCG we call it talent war. The talent war is very aggressive. You know why? Because the unemployment rate in Thailand is really low, less than 1%. That means if you are not picky with a job, you are likely to be employed by one place or another. There's only 1% of chance that you won't get employed. So that's why people in Thailand like to change jobs a lot. And if the company doesn't do anything, they will lose all the good people. So the spatial adjustment or the promotion is very important as well. To recognize people outside of the normal merit increase or normal pay rise cycle is popular in a company. So one day, for example, in October or September, you will get a special envelope saying that, okay, you have been working very hard, you are performing very well. This is your spatial adjustment that is proven to retain 80% or 90% of the talents in an organization. Set clear career steps and help them achieve it. Our generations, your generations, don't like to wait. You like fast track. You like to be told that you are good. You like to be recognized by the companies and all other employees. So if your line manager comes and tell you, okay, I have special assignment for you overseas in the last 6 months. Will you leave during those 6 months? Will you ever apply for another job in those 6 months if you want to get that opportunity? No, right? Or some of you did already. No, right? Because you know that in 6 months you will get sent abroad. So the people like to be told of the clear steps of the next career goal. And the quality of the line manager and work-life balance is something that the companies need to do. Okay, so we have come to the last part of the future of this presentation, is the future workforce. You guys are in what generation?
Gen
Is it Y?
Sorry.
Yeah. Any Z, any
Millennial.
2000.
Millennial generation.
Okay. But in the near future, you will be working with Generation Z and Millennials a lot in the organization. They start to graduate now already. Okay? And that is the big challenge. I would like to see you see this video.
I remember this video.
Amy, it says you are trained in technology. That's very good. Are you adept at Excel?
No.
PowerPoint?
No.
Publisher?
Not.
Just two.
In this case.
Why? Did you upload a new video?
No,
Why did they follow? How many do you have?
Really?
it's a Korean channel.
Exactly in what area of technology?
39.
Huh?
39.
Still small. Oh, this is for your Infinite Information channel?
Yeah.
Here we go.
39, but almost
Amy, it says you are trained in technology. That's very good.
30.
Are you adept at Excel?
No.
Wrong.
PowerPoint?
No.
Publisher?
Not really.
Exactly in what area of technology are you proficient?
Snapchat, Pinterest, Instagram, Vine, Twitter. You know the big ones.
I'm surprised you didn't say Facebook.
That's for old people, like my parents. That's funny.
Well, Amy, when you're working for me, you have to have those kind of research skills because I'll send you things for you to comb through and get the answers and send them to me. So for that, you got to be really good at technology.
For stuff like that, no problem. I'll just ask Siri.
You'll just ask Siri?
You know, Siri tell me this, Siri find me that. We're all good getting you the answers.
Tell Siri I want you ready to go at 8 sharp each and every morning.
I don't understand
What don't you understand?
what you just said.
You don't understand. You ready to go?
No. You said 8, right?
Yes.
8 like in the morning 8?
Yes, in the morning.
Yeah. That kind of doesn't work for me. Who gets up at 8?
I do.
I Skype with my French boyfriend in Paris until like 3 in the morning. I don't even get to Starbucks until like 10, where I order my grande chai tea latte, 3 pumpkin milk, light water, 2% foam, extra hot but not too hot. So if it's okay, I work best in the morning at 10:45.
Wow. Amy, I don't think we're going to be a good fit.
Why are you so negative? I can sense your hostilities, and right now I am not feeling very safe. I've been here for over 5 minutes, and the only nice thing you have said to me was nice resume, which I typed all night for this meeting with you. You've given me no guidance, no validation, no encouragement, no supervision. Is there an HR director somewhere?
HR director?
Yes, I need to speak to someone. I may have to take off today as a mental health day.
Take the day off. Amy, look at me. You don't work here.
Are you firing me?
Okay, yes.
Wow.
Okay. What do you see in this video?
Exaggeration.
What characteristics is the new generation? This is a bit like stereotyping and how we think, but it's likely to be this. What characteristic? Of Amy. She doesn't want to get up at 8, that's for sure. What else? Self-centered? Yes, self-centered. What else? Emotional. But is she good? Do you think, is she bright? Is she smart? Or you think she's stupid, like she doesn't know how to do things? there is a part where she asks for supervision, encouragement, and blah blah blah. So she knows a lot of things. She knows that there's an HR director in a company, right? Do you think she will perform? She will be able to perform a job, get the jobs done? No.
I think she will.
Yeah, she will. She will. But what does she lack? Discipline. And the classic sentence of the adult, patience. Right? Yeah, so this is the future workforce that will be working with you and you in the future. What will we see? Okay. These are the new generation. They are born with the technology. You know, Amy doesn't even mention about Facebook. She thinks Facebook is for parents. But for her, it's like Snapchat. I don't even know what Snapchat is. But yeah, and blah, 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 which she will be using for her work, and she will ask Siri for anything. So this generation is born with technology. So they might not have like in-depth knowledge in everything, but of course they will be fast. The pros is that they'll be fast. They will get the jobs done quickly, no matter how. Yes. So this is the trends and the risks of the future workforce in the future. The trend is that, as just like Amy, she doesn't like to get up in the morning. So people are likely to be freelance, the free agents, because they can't manage their own time. They don't understand, why do I get up in the morning? Why do I clock in and clock out when I get my jobs done at home, right? So there will be likely that there will be the trend of mobile working anywhere, working in any place. And also there will be more of project based because they are fast. They don't like, the prolonged work. So they like to get the jobs done one by one, and then get paid. The risk for myself, the risk for the company, and the risk for the HR is that there are like less and less talent in the talent pool. We call it talent pool. So out there, when people start their own job, when people start their own business, when people like to be the freelancer, the company will find the candidates like even harder and harder. Okay, but if you decide to stick with a corporate, your price will get higher as well. Yeah. And the decline in productivity, as I mentioned, the research says that the new generation would like to work for only 2 or 3 hours a day, but they get the jobs done. Yeah. So how do we deal with it? What do they want? The new generation, they don't like policies. They don't like rules. They don't like to be told what to do to finish the job. They just want one clear direction from the managers. They like to have the fast track promotion. So if the job is done perfect, next month they want a promotion. So why don't I get anything from doing good? They like to learn new skills every day, and of course, fair and competitive compensation. The most important thing for the new generation is that they like to work with smart people. Okay. And what is the great place to work for them, for these new generations? They want the work environment that is not like the interviewer, that judge people based on the time attendance. They don't like the workplace that is like, if you dye your hair blonde, it means that you are not responsible or anything. So they like the environment that are not judging and has to support the innovations. Innovations might be like everything that is new to the business, everything that is newly launched, the company has to pay for it for them to use. They like to be provided by coaching and development, and also to promote the collaborative work culture. So there's no age, no gender, LGBT, the young, the old, everyone can work together with no judgment or like seniority or anything. This is what the trend in the era of the individual. It's called the era of the individual because the new generations, just like this Mr. said, that are likely to be self-centered. So it will be more of the individual than thinking about the company or the organizations. So the companies like a lot of companies struggle a lot with the new generations. Trust me, I have interviewed many candidates, which is born in 2000 something, and their mindset, and the concept and everything, it's far different than ours. Not that it's not good or bad or good or bad, but it's different. So the company has to find way to adjust with the new eras as well. In the new age, flexibility and work for purpose are the key to the compensation and benefit. Just like Amy, she doesn't know why she has to come to work at 8, why she can finish all the job starting to work at 10:45. Why does she have to come to work every day? Why sometimes she can work at home? So the company needs to come up with a new compensation and benefits that answer those needs, right? This generation will think about the work of when work is done. Okay, so when the candidates come and have interview with me, the first question, seriously, that they ask is that, will I get deducted in my pay if I am late? What is the working hours of the company? Do you start at 8? Do you finish at 7? Do I have only 1 hour lunch time? So this is a very popular question for the new generations. While the baby boomer or the generation X, they work till they die. Really, so it's like life is work, work is life, and they want to change the working hours every day on a daily basis, based on emotions or something. Where work is done, why come to office? One candidate used to tell me that, if I don't come to work, you save the electricity for one person and water bill as well. And you can save, I don't need a desk. I don't need a workstation. I can work from home. You can save one workstation for one person. So they really think that wherever, they can work from Hua Hin, they can work from London, as long as they have tools that they can use. And the company has to provide the infrastructure as well, the mobile, the internet or anything, or the system that can work mutually. So the trend of the virtual meeting and stuff, it's likely to be more popular these days. What work is done? They are very much into the content of the job. So if you ask them to fill in some kind of data that are not likely to be used, they'll ask why. Why do I do this? No, they are likely to complete the job that is meaningful only. Yeah. And they like to share and exchange their knowledge and everything with their colleagues. How work is done? Yeah, again, the workplace, the hours, everything. Work might be done on the paper. No, I don't want to do on the paper. Why do on the paper? Why I can submit online? This is the how work is done that the new era is thinking. And who does the work? Again, and my intern from Chulalongkorn University, my intern from Nikkei asked me that, why are you doing all this? Well, the payroll calculation and everything, why you can just run macro or run number in some kind of system and you get everything done within 2 seconds. And you really have been doing this for years? And she asked me that. I was like, yeah, okay. So who does the work is the question that the new generations is likely to think. So do you think it's difficult to deal with these new generations or not? Is it difficult, or you can deal with it if you become a manager one day? Yes. So what examples that the company start to think and implement already is the flexibility and work for purpose. What job that is not necessary, don't do it. Okay. These are kind of the programs that actually are implemented all over Thailand already. First one is the flexible wellness benefit. Have you ever heard? You get kind of allowance each year that you can pay for, like probably your contact lens, your gym membership, and anything that, instead of giving your OPD for 2,000 baht or 1,000 baht a time, they just give you like 50,000 baht a year. You can do anything with your health. So this kind of alternative, this kind of like flexibility that will answer. This is the working hours. It's called flexible hours. Many of the companies have implemented already. You can come whatever time and you can clock out whatever time that you would like, but you have to complete 7 hours or 6 hours a day in the company. Any companies have, like any of your companies have this already? Flexible hours? Yes? No? Yeah, go back into your HR. Everybody is doing that, okay? Flexible place. Some companies start at 1 day a month. Some companies start at like every week. Some companies that I heard, a high tech, an e-commerce company, they ask employees to come to work only 2 days a week. Yeah, the rest you can work from home or anywhere. But just that you will have a tool that you must be online all the time. Just like not the line, but the Skype for business and stuff like that you have to be green all the time. Yeah, in the working hours. And the work for purpose, why we do training, like one-to-one training. Why do we teach the employees when we can do it online? Every time a newcomer joins a company, HR will come gather you guys up and give like orientation session, right? HR will talk the same things over and over again each month. So we canceled it already. We put everything in the video and put it online. We send to you even before your first day of joining. So this kind of stuff will play important roles in the new era of the new generations. And the incentive and the base salary as well will be changed by this kind of stuff, I think, in my opinion, so the base salary, the monthly base salary is likely to be shifted to daily wage because it starts to be project based everywhere. Yes, and the company has to be prepared, and you have to be prepared as well because you are going to be competing with these new generations. So, any questions? I think this shall be the last slide already. Yeah, for any era, any generations. Again, let me emphasize you is that all of the company policy, all of the company compensation and benefit, everything must answer these three questions to attract the good candidates into the company. To develop the good ones and the bad ones as well, they have to be developed in the company. You give them the right training, give them the right feedback, and then to retain the talents to stay with the company for as long as possible, using those kind of incentives that I mentioned. And the compensation and benefits is the most important tool to do all of these. Okay. The last slide is that people work for money. Yes, right? You guys work for money, of course. No one works for free, for charity. But people will work extra more. People will do more when they are happy, of course, when they're happy. And also for recognition, when someone praise them, when someone recognize them, and for other rewards. Just like when the company recognize you and send you abroad, send you overseas, give you new assignments, give you promotions. Okay, so that's it for today for the overall compensation and benefits in the organizations.